Hello, and welcome to the final part of Let's Play Chex Quest. First thing you need to know about this level, the spork is in a hidden passage off to the left, in case you missed it earlier on, and the shotgun's right there. This level is called the Caverns of Bazoik, and if you remember, in the first episode I said that you were trying to find some miners who got lost, and that's miners with an E, not with an O. You're going to find them at the very end of this level, after you get through the caverns and fight a boss. Don't get your hopes up though, because the boss is fairly disappointing. This level is it's fairly difficult compared to some of the other ones. Not so much early on, but once you get closer to the boss, the difficulty starts to ramp up a bit. Basically, other than that, it's going to be following the standard formula that we've seen in all the levels so far. Get the keys and move on to the next door. One thing that's a little bit different about this level is that those pools of slime that we've seen very sparingly so far are going to be showing up quite a bit. And there's actually a slime suit that you can find that will protect you from any damage you would normally take from stepping in it. But we will get to that when we get to it. One thing that I haven't really stressed too much in these videos is just how nice the textures look. I mean, they're nothing too special, but you know, it really shows that somebody put quite a bit of effort into this free game that was going to be handed out in a cereal box. It's obviously very cartoony, but it's very stylized. It doesn't look cheesy. And at this point in the level, I don't know what I was thinking. I should have just, jumped down. It would have been way faster. Another thing to keep in mind here is this, just like in the previous levels, if you only step on the slime for a short amount of time, you won't take any damage. But back to what I was saying about the textures. Obviously, everything's sprited except for the backgrounds, which are all just blocks. But the illustrators for this game really did a pretty good job. The enemies are really recognizable, and they're not really generic. I mean, sure, some of them are not, the most exciting thing you've ever seen in a video game, but they're definitely very iconic, and that's kind of something that I find pretty impressive about this game. And enemies like those flying guys and the guys in the suits are actually pretty intimidating. You definitely get a little worried when you run into them. So at this point, I did remember from playing this game before that there was a slime suit, and so at this point I'm going looking for that. What I couldn't remember was where it was. I knew that down that path I just looked down was where I had to go to finish the level, but there's a lot of slime down that way, and I didn't want to take a ton of damage walking through it. Now, I can't remember if there's another way to get the slime suit, but in this video, and to my knowledge, it's the only way, unless there's a hidden passage somewhere that I missed. You actually do have to run through the slime for a little while, which seems like an odd design choice. I think I end up taking quite a bit of damage before I actually get the suit, and by the time I get it, I don't really even need it anymore. So that's a curious design choice, I suppose, but again, it could just be due to the fact that I didn't remember where certain things were. So I'm going to try running back to the start, taking a look at the bats, and then I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. I figure I've got 100 health, so I'm going to be okay, even if I have to run through the slime a little bit. And here I go. So you see I took around 15 damage or so, a little less. Not a big deal, but it's kind of irritating that that's where they decided to put the slime suit instead of in a different room. But at any rate, at least I got it and got through the level. Now this suit can actually wear off. It's a temporary pickup. You notice my screen is tinted somewhat green now. And that'll start flashing when it goes to run out. Fortunately this time, as opposed to last time, I go through the level quickly enough that the enemies don't have a big chance to respawn and slowly kill me. See, there's the suit running out. Now, right down that little slime waterfall is the final boss. I was hearing these. If you listen, I can hear these noises. That generally means that there are enemies nearby, so I was seeing if there was a secret door I could go through to find them, but they're actually at the bottom, waiting to ambush me. And actually, they're going to be more dangerous than the boss itself. Notice when I turn to the right here, there are a billion of these guys. Fortunately, I have a rocket launcher, or the equivalent of a rocket launcher. Now, I'm not sure how well you guys can see this, but in the center of the screen, when I open this door, is a wall of slime that is shooting at me. Yeah, that's the final boss. He's pretty much just a wall with a texture that spits balls of slime at you. He does a lot of damage, but all in all, he's pretty disappointing because he's not that hard. Like I said, the main difficulty in this will be the enemies that are spawning around you. Yeah, see, I already killed him. Now, you might remember back in episode 2, I was talking about a secret weapon that is capable of killing the final boss in one hit, and I mentioned that it's available on this level as well. It's actually in one of the secret passages in this room, and I'm going to go get it. So you'll get a chance to at least see what it does, even if I didn't use it to wipe out the final boss. One interesting fact is that the final boss will respawn as well, not just normal enemies. If you're on maximum difficulty, you don't want to leave the room for too long because he will come back, but as I said, he's not very difficult, and I just managed to kill him a second time with no problem. So this weapon right here is actually the ultimate weapon in the game. You fire it, and it'll pretty much wipe out anything in the vicinity. Those are the miners right there. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of the second one, and you'll get a better chance to see that weapon. So that's the end of the game. Yes, the final boss was known as the Flim Brain. So that's Chex Quest. The download that I included, the download link, as I've said before, is a link to all 3 Chex Quest games together, so I'm probably going to end up doing those at some point. I've already started playing the second one a little bit, and we'll probably get around to uploading that eventually. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.